Good morning, good afternoon, and good night from your favorite cowboy, your favorite crypto educator, the Crypto Abstract. How's everybody feeling on this beautiful February 6th, 9 p.m. Eastern, as always, with another crypto update? For those that don't know me, my name is Abstract. I've helped thousands of people in the crypto community, the crypto world, learn how to make money in crypto, learn what crypto is, and everything crypto, man. We've been winning. It's been 4 years strong, and we're here, always bringing content, always bringing updates to try to, keep you guys knowledgeable on the crypto space. For those that don't know, I built a community on Discord called the Inner Circle Discord. It's a community where people can come together, learn crypto, get exclusive market analysis from me, and also exclusive market calls. And it's really a place where people can come together, learn together. People can learn crypto and trade ideas. Basically, is a place that people who are crypto enthusiasts can lock in. And if you're interested in joining the inner circle, the link is in the bio. All you got to do is click it, and you can subscribe to the inner circle. All right. But let's jump right into the market, guys. How's everybody feeling? Let's pump this chat up, man. How's everybody feeling? So, first thing I wanted to jump into today that I found a little interesting was that Franklin Templeton seeks SEC approval for crypto index ETF. I think this is gonna actually be huge for crypto once this actually gets approved, because I've actually always wanted an ETF where, think of a basket of a bunch of different crypto projects. Hold on, folks. Hold on. There we go. So basically, think of a crypto index as like a basket of assets. You have like a bunch of different assets. It could be ETH, BTC, XRP, Solana, a bunch of different assets that come together to form one asset, right? And I feel like that would definitely be a game changer when you think for crypto, because a lot of people don't want to invest in just Bitcoin. A lot of people are scared to invest in ETH. A lot of people are scared to invest in Solana. So when you have an index, it's something that someone could just buy one thing and they're betting on all those assets together, right? So I think that this is gonna be a big move for crypto, which is a crypto index ETF, and I definitely wouldn't sleep on this. Hopefully this gets approved, guys. I would personally be investing in this, and believe many big whales would be investing in this. Okay, because obviously it protects you from so much volatility, because you have a bunch of assets that are making up that price, right? Um, in other news, we have the Winklevoss twins talking about IPOing. They own, the Winklevoss twins are the ones that own the Gemini Exchange. For those that don't know, um, and they are actually trying to IPO. As we all know, right now on the stock market, I believe Coinbase is the only crypto only exchange that's listed on the stock market. Yeah, we have Robinhood that sells crypto, and we have other platforms that sell crypto, but strictly crypto platforms, Gemini is one of them, and they're looking to IPO, which IPO basically means that you're going to get on the stock market. And it seems like they decided not to pursue it in 2021, but they're looking to pursue it again. So this is definitely going to take a little bit of that market share from Coinbase, right? On the flip side, one thing to understand, guys, is that Gemini had that crazy nonsense that happened about what was it, 3 years ago, 4 years ago, when their Earn program, um, it was like a shit show. I mean, it was like they got bankrupt, and it took people about like 3 or 4 years to get paid out. So that brought a lot of that lost trust with the retail consumers, right, with Gemini. So I just feel like Gemini now, after they paid everyone out in full, and paid restitution and everyone is fixed now. I feel like now it's like it says right here, they've returned 1.1 billion to consumers of the Gemini Earn program through the Genesis Global Capital bankruptcy proceedings. And this, guys, if you guys remember, during the FTX shenanigans, this was almost to happen together with the Gemini shenanigans. I mean, the FTX shenanigans, right? So it's good to see that they're moving forward and they're trying to seek a public listing. And you see it even named here that Circle, Figure, Kraken as potential candidates in the December report for a public listing in 2025. So I feel like there's going to be a lot of a lot of crypto companies who are trying to hit the stock market IPO, and I'm very interested to see how that goes. In other news, also, one thing I found very interesting today, a user on Twitter, Lambo Land over here, saying that Base is not looking good. He's referring to Base Chain, right? Which is Coinbase's layer 2. Virtual's revenue is down 95% from all-time high. Top builders don't like Virtual's tech, and Coinbase refuses to promote or list Virtual. But Coinbase listed VVV same day it launched. Tokens down 73% since then, and filled with a bunch of insider trading. Okay, some projects on Base are looking to migrate to other chains since the Base team isn't supporting them. All the social support is centralized under Jesse's account, which isn't good. They're speaking about Jesse Pollock. Some teams that were going to launch on Base have now switched to Solana. Why launch on Base and have a worse UX, less users, less liquidity, and get less support from Base team than Solana? I like Coinbase, the first exchange I've ever used in 2017, and I want Base to do well. Basically, what it seems like all these projects on Ethereum are really struggling, and I feel like this is just somebody crying out for what's going on. Even somebody over here, Alt Anonymous, said this is what happens when your sole focus is extraction through rugs and not value addition by supporting projects with actual utility, because Virtual, for the most part, is the biggest project I believe right now on Base Chain. So it's just like, and I actually seen when Coinbase listed this VVV token, and there was a bunch of reports about insider trading. A bunch of insider devs were dumping the token, everything, and it just makes you feel like, why wouldn't Coinbase be supporting their own chain that they help build, and why wouldn't they be listing the top projects on it, right? It just makes me feel like, I don't know what's going on over there. If they're not listing Virtual, maybe because they're not getting paid or not enough fees. I don't know. Very, very strange. But also, it doesn't surprise me that a lot of projects are actually migrating from Base to Solana, and a lot of projects just migrating to Solana in general, because Solana at the end of the day is killing it, right? It has all the liquidity right now. I mean, when we look at DeFi Llama, let's take a look at Base. Okay, Base actually has $3.08 billion in liquidity. Well, total value locked at least. Solana, on the other hand, has $9 billion. So Solana has about three times the amount of in TVL. When we look at Sui 1.1, 1.41, Arbitrum 2.7, let's see, Optimism 568, Polygon 771. So it looks as though Base actually has, as in layer 2s for Ethereum, it might have the most liquidity, actually. Now to actually think about it, yep, it looks like Base actually, BSC, Binance Smart Chain is actually built on Ethereum, so it looks like Binance Smart Chain actually has the most liquidity out of all the projects on Ethereum, okay? But for the most part, I feel, to me, it starts to feel like Base might actually be preparing for a launch of a governance token. I mean, when we look at all these different chains, Arbitrum has a token, BSC has a token, Polygon has a token, Optimism has a token, Chronos has a token. I mean, every single one of these big layer 2s projects built on Ethereum all have a token. So it almost makes me feel like base could be preparing for a very big launch of a coin. And obviously, and this is why I always say, right, to utilize some of these chains, trade on some of these chains, because if Coinbase decides that they're going to, Base Chain decides that they're going to airdrop everyone, that's free money for people, right? That's why not that's not the specific reason why I used Base, but at the end of the day, there's money to be made on Base, and on the meantime, hey, if I'm trading on Base, making moves on Base, and that's gonna lock me in for some free money when they do an airdrop, sign me up, man. Why the hell not? Okay. Now, as we all know, with airdrops, their criteria, could be a variety of things. It could be how many trades did you do, how much transactions, how much fees you paid, how many protocols you used. There's a lot of things. How many times did you use the protocol in a certain set of months, or how many months did you use the layer 2. So there's a lot of different things for base, but all in all, base definitely. I feel like everyone's just losing to Solana. That's what I just feel like at the end of the day. Everyone's just losing to Solana, and Solana is just really taking up all the attention. Everyone is just looking at Solana right now, and everyone just wants to trade on Solana. People just aren't interested in trading on anywhere else. And guys, hey, don't forget, man, like and subscribe to the channel. Like the video so we can push up this content up the algorithm, and subscribe to the channel so that you're always notified about all my videos that I do in the future. Okay. Now, in other news, guys, crypto and fear index. We are at 44. We're in the fear. For me, this is a buy moment. Anytime I see fear or extreme fear on the fear and greed index, to me, it smells like buying the dip. That's what it feels like to me, guys. In other news, let's take a look at the market, guys. Let's see what the market's been doing. I kind of gave you guys a little I didn't do any streams honestly because I wanted to see a little bit more price action. I wanted to see what the market was gonna do, so that before I do a stream, because at the end of the day, the market was a little stagnant. The dump that we're having, the little correction we're having right now, was expected. I did say from the jump, guys, that I do believe that we were going to retest those bottoms on all major coins, right? Now, I do believe these bottoms are gonna hold. So we have Bitcoin. Now, if you look this on the daily, this is the daily candles. This is the day, obviously, that we had that crazy correction. We closed in the green, which was a dead cat bounce at the end of the day. Dead cat bounces being when you have a very big correction and you recover very fast. Usually, you have that fall off. All right, and this is something that I wanted everyone to take into account. Usually, you have that fall off to then make a solidified bottom. Okay, so right now, what we're seeing is we're seeing a lot of selling off. Okay, because we had that dead cat bounce, and now we're coming downwards. Now, what I believe was gonna happen, okay, because this zone that you see here, this was a very, very important zone, guys. Okay, and as soon as we broke that, right, and we retested down here, which was an easy DCA, easy buying opportunity, because this was a zone that held for all the way since November for a very long time. So I believe that this dragging down that's happening right now, I believe that we're going to retest that 99 that 90, 92k, 89k, that level again. Now, will it hold? That is a question that nobody knows the answer for. But in my eyes, I'm expecting that to hold, okay? So I feel like, me personally, guys, any price down here is a buy. Any price down here is going to be a buy. And I believe we're going to see those prices probably soon, guys. The market, at the end of the day, we are lacking a little bit of momentum, and especially in moments like this when we correct big time and we're trying to find how do I say, like, we're trying to find that bottom, and before we ultimately take off. I mean, I personally think we found the bottom because the bottom's held, right, for a very, very long time, right? So me personally, I will be waiting for us to get to that area again. That's what I genuinely want to see. I want to see us hit this 92 to 89K, because I will be buying. Now, and like I said, like I said before, guys, and just something to keep in mind is that there's always the chance that we don't hold. Okay? And that's fine if we don't hold. But we have to adjust accordingly if those areas do not hold, which is that, that 90K, 92K level. So I'm okay with that. But one thing you guys got to be okay with and understand is that the next stop, if we were to break that 89K, is going to be somewhere between 86 and 85. Okay? If we break those levels, okay, the reality, guys, the reality is, you see, like, even on the weekly, the moving average actually hits exactly where 85 and 86K is, okay? Now, at the end of the day, if we were to dump and break that support, I feel as though the next stop is going to be somewhere around this area. Okay, and it seems like because obviously dumps, guys, don't happen in one shot overnight. But if a dump were to happen, by the time it happens, this moving average should actually catch up to where I had this support at, which is about 74, 75K. Okay, the next stop after that most likely will be around 67 to 68K, and there's no need to panic, but when you realize, though, it is a good place to accumulate. It's a very good place to accumulate, because at the end of the day, we are still bullish, and I keep saying this over and over again, man. We are still bullish. There's nothing to be worried about. Be honest. How many times have we seen this in the market? This is nothing new, right? That we see, market wanting to do a correction, fooling everybody, and then ultimately, doing the correction, and then, nobody wants to buy. I think it's funny when the market is very high, we have $110,000 Bitcoin, and we have 92K Bitcoin. People love saying, oh, but Bitcoin went back to 70K, bro. Oh my God, I would buy heavy, bro. Oof, I would be buying. Until when it happens, they're not buying, right? Like, people love saying they'll buy, but when it happens, they're not buying. So I just feel like it's all about taking advantage of the situations, guys. Because if you're not taking advantage of the situation, best believe somebody else is. Somebody else is gonna be buying that those good prices. Okay, so you gotta remain conviction, gotta maintain strong, gotta maintain faith in what you believe in. Okay, no one's gonna make you believe something. I can only bring you to the water. Now, if you're gonna drink the water, that's up to you. But I can definitely help guide you guys into the right direction so that you guys can make the right decisions. Okay, because at the end of the day, in this market, experience is what's always gonna win. If you take L's, always remember, making mistakes is a good thing. You have to make mistakes so that you can make the right moves. You can't, how do I say? You can't take the L's as like this horrible thing that like, because I know people who don't ever want to take a loss. You have to be willing to take losses, guys, to take the W's. Okay, that's what it's all about, man. If you guys, and also, man, everyone in the chat, Leo, any trading questions, feel free, man, because at the end of the day, when you guys ask trading questions, man, it helps other people understand the market. You know what I'm saying? You guys are actually doing other people a favor. So hey, if you guys got any questions, man, feel free to write in the chat, and I'll definitely see what I can do. Okay, but all in all, I'm keeping that stance that I've said. that I believe this is a bottom, because we have to, it's very tough sometimes when we are seeing the market in a correction, and every time it goes down to that price, it always looks like it's gonna break, right? Because when we hit that price on the third, of about it was 91,200, when you're seeing it in real time, and we actually were doing a live stream in real time, when this stuff happens, it looks like literally it's gonna break down. It looks like the price is gonna break down, and it's not gonna be able to hold, and then it holds every time. So the next time it hits this target, I'm assuming it's gonna hold, because usually patterns like these hold. Okay, reversals are usually incorrect. When people try to when people try to speculate that this is going to be a reversal, and the market's going to reverse, and stuff like this, for the most part, reversals don't happen, because by the time a reversal even happens, it's way too fast. And one thing too, guys, about the RSI, what I wanted to show you guys, which is the relative strength index, okay? This is a tool that people use to kind of gauge if something is overbought or oversold. Sometimes people don't use it because you can tell based on the price already if something's oversold or overbought, but it's a good gauge, right? So like on the 4-hourly, if you guys actually notice, right? On the 4-hourly on Bitcoin, the RSI on the 2nd to the 3rd of February was extremely oversold. Anytime we get into these territories right here where it's super oversold, Bitcoin continues to get bought. Over here, over here. You see how it aligns? Over here. Even over here, it wasn't that oversold. But in certain areas, even back here, like here's the thing that I want you guys to think about with Bitcoin. The last time it was this oversold in Bitcoin was all the way back here in October. Okay, all the way back here in October was the last time Bitcoin was this oversold. Okay, so I feel as though the dump potentially is already over. And even if the dump, were to continue, part of me makes me feel like we can easily do, guys, one of these. Look, we can easily do something like this. Dump, break the support, even break the next support of 89, which is the final support in this range, come down here to the 86, 85, only to launch after this, right? And that's something that I do want you guys to think about, because even every time the market has been selling off, I know you guys notice, every time the market has been selling off, as soon as it's on the brink of collapse, the market recovers super well every time the market's on brink of collapse. So I just feel like there's a lot of manipulation going on, a lot of games being played, and I just feel like you gotta, you gotta maintain strong in these moments, because it's very easy to want to sell down here. Okay, when the key is you always want to be selling the top of the ranges and buying the bottom of the ranges. Okay, you want to be buying down here, down here, down here, and selling up here, up here. The problem is when something gets really critical, a lot of times, man, people want to sell down here, because it's the psychology, man. Because if people think if I sell down here, then I can buy down here. I can buy down here, or I can buy down here. When in reality, that's what the whales want you to think. That's what the market wants you to think. Because then it dumps, and they'll just buy right here what you just sold and pump it back up again. We've seen this numerous times. Okay? And for the most part, like, also, even on a macro, guys, when you think, like, the market doesn't seem like it wants to dump as well. Like, we've had too many good news over the past couple of days, and we've had so much good news, guys, over the past months. I would say, not the past days, right? The past days we've been having tough situations, presidential, with the tariffs and Canada, Mexico, and all the drama. But when all that stuff blows over, and we finally get our Bitcoin reserve, then people will start to feel more bullish, because sentiments always change so fast. And I'm one of those people that I always talk about how sentiments change, and things can change overnight. And one moment everyone's sad, and then everyone is bullish. Let's take a look actually at ETH. What is it? Sol ETH. Okay, looks like Ethereum has been doing well against Solana in the short term, but bullish momentum still. Remember, guys, the trend is your friend, and looks like Solana still is on a bullish trajectory against ETH. I wouldn't be so nervous to think that now is ETH's time to shine. I know that a lot of people are buying ETH, but to me, the chart still looks very weird. That's just what I think. But I think at the end of the day, a lot of charts look a little weird, to be honest with you. Let's see over here. We got a question over here from Goopy. After the Trump meme coin on Solana went through a roller coaster, what is your view on how meme coins might influence Solana's ecosystem and its native tokens price stability? Well, as long as, seeing this is what I think, as long as people are trading meme coins on Solana like they are, because people are still trading every single day, gambling on Solana memes and all this, as long as people are trading, there will always be demand for Solana, because at the end of the day, Solana is the gas fee token for the Solana ecosystem, right? So you can't do anything without Solana. So you need Solana to make stuff happen. That's why I'm a big believer in layer ones. If everyone was using Ethereum right now, and everyone was trading on Ethereum, NFTs, like 2021, NFTs, memes, this, then the narrative would be buy and hold Ethereum, because everyone's going to need Ethereum to transact. People, things are usually priced in that gas fee token, right? Ethereum, usually, NFTs, etc., are priced in ETH. On Solana, they're priced in Sol. So layer ones always have that narrative that they're more expected to grow, because everyone is using it now. I just feel like meme coins, as long, and just like I said, as long as they keep doing well, as long as they keep performing, as long as adoption and people are trading, then Solana should do well. But obviously, the market is a little bit in a corrective state. The market is correcting right now and consolidating, right? If we're entering a bit of an accumulation phase, and I do feel like the complete fear hasn't hit yet. Okay, that's something I want you guys to take into account. I do like how the market is holding, but I do feel like that state of fear where, like when we had that big dump on the 3rd, that was fear, but it wasn't the extreme fear that we see when people are completely capitulating, people are completely selling. We haven't had that yet. And I don't know if it's going to happen now, but one thing that's for sure is that we are holding actually relatively well. But it wouldn't surprise me, like I said, if we have one last major shakeout before we ultimately go to the moon, right? And this is how the market plays out, guys. You guys know this, man. This market is very full of a lot of tricks and a lot of emotional games. And I feel like, one thing that I feel bad is, like, sometimes, there's people who, their first time in the market, their first time trading, and they're not experienced in the way that we might be, right? So then when they see these big corrections, they don't know how to feel. I have family members messaging me, talking about, oh, the market dipped. As soon as it recovers, I'm selling. And it's like, I get it, because it's like you're not used to seeing your money maybe chop 30%, 40% in half. A lot of us in crypto are kind of used to this kind of stuff. We're used to this kind of stuff, right? Seeing our money cut in half, etc. But before ultimately going to the moon. But especially like in the bull run, guys, it's all about mentality, right? You're in a bull run. You know that the market is eventually going to pump, right? The how markets work, and understanding the sentiment and understanding the waves of crypto, right? You have a dump like this, like just an example on Doge. You have people planting seeds, right? Down here, down here, down here, people planting seeds, right? And this is just how markets work. Planting seeds. You have a massive rip. Now you have people selling, 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 and selling, because there's just a massive amount of liquidity that just got injected into that coin. Okay? Before you get a dump. Now people are planting again, selling, planting, selling, planting, selling, before bulls can't maintain it. And now we're going back into a planting mode where people are planting yet again before ultimately taking off, and people will be selling yet again. So, right now, one thing to think about, it's the same thing like we had all the way back here in October before the election. We're just entering a period of accumulation, a period of consolidation, because people all know the patterns, which is, bull runs end typically end of the year. So once you understand that people right now are just in a moment of trying to accumulate and planting seeds so that they can make money, right? Because the lower you go, the more opportunity there is to make money, right? When you are very high in the market, and prices are very high, it is actually tough to make money. That's why when I said this numerous times, guys. When we had an XRP over here at like 340, all this whole area right here, okay? The reason being why I find it so tough, right, to make money in those areas is because of the Fibonacci retracements. Okay? And the Fibonacci retracement, like I always tell people, you should use it. Everyone should use the fibs. This is something that one of the easiest tools to use that can make you money. It's right here. Look, fib retracement. Go right here. Get the top of the last bull run, bottom of the bear market, and there's your fibs, okay? And here's my problem that I see with like why the market needs to correct. It needs to give an opportunity for people to enter the market, because on the fib, when you're at 340, okay, there's not that much the market could go up. Like if you go to the last fib up here, that is where a double up would be. So you're trying to tell me at $3.40 for XRP, the top of it is only a double up? So I just feel like the risk to reward, is too high. The risk is way too high for such little reward. And because now let's say if XRP did go to below $2, which was a key level, because now if somebody's buying at $2, now if the market were to go too close to the last fibs, now that's a 3x. So now the opportunity to make money has now opened up. The issue is when the market is too high, there's just not enough room to make money. People are not as interested in it. Okay. Now there's certain coins, obviously, like a ETH that hasn't really done numbers yet, and say like a Solana who really hasn't done numbers yet. But for the most part, there was coins that were just super overheated. Even for an average retail, when they're looking at Doge at 48 cents, given that the all-time high was 74 cents, it just makes you feel like for the average person, they're going to be thinking, oh no, like this is just way too expensive already. I'm not going to buy and lose money like I did last bull run. So in bull runs, you do need times for charts to form. Charts don't form overnight, guys. And that's one of that's one of the main takeaways I want people to understand in these charts is that charts take time to develop, and you have to allow the chart to do its thing, because once a chart does its thing, develops, accumulates everything, then you will know when it is ready to completely blast off. Okay. And yes, the title of this video is the dump over? Probably not, but the dump might not be as severe as people think. It might just be a retest of the bottoms that just happened a couple days ago, right? Just might be a retest of these bottoms just so that we can go higher, because like I said, guys, I believe firmly that we're going to go very, very, very high in this bull run still. And I know some people don't want to believe that, because it's like, oh, the market's moving very, very slow, and we're losing momentum. But like I said, guys, when the opportunities open up, people will snatch those opportunities, and when the market sends, everyone will be FOMOing in, right? Because we all know that's how the emotions in this market work. The prices are whack right now. The prices don't look that good, and prices are tumbling down. But as soon as the market starts pumping, people flip just like this, and now people become believers really fast. And now people want to go head first into this crypto market, head first into these coins, man. When we take a look at Bitcoin's futures, let's take a look over here. Okay, seems like on the 24-hour for Bitcoin, the playing field is now starting to get close now. So now the playing field seems like it is almost even. The shorts and the longs are almost even now. Literally $32.63 billion in longs and $32.67 billion in shorts. So the market is very undecided, that I will say. The market seems very undecided. The market doesn't know which way it wants to go. And clearly you can see that even in the charts. I mean, and one thing that's tough about seeing the market like this is that it's tough to trade the middle of the ranges. And one thing I was always taught, and like I said before early in the video, is you buy the bottom of the range and you sell the top of the range. Do not trade in between the range, okay? Because when you trade in the middle of the range, that's when you're at risk, okay? Because right here, the market is very undecided right here in the middle of this range. Now, if the market were to go and retest the bottom of this range, then this is a buying opportunity yet again. If the market were to pump to the top, that's another selling opportunity if you're not holding for long term and if you're just trying to make short term gains, right? So the market is very undecided right now. Me personally, I am sitting on the sidelines. I'm trading a little bit of memes on Solana only because seems like that's the only thing to do right now at the moment in the market where people can make money, right? Aside from that, the rest of the market looks very slow. Not a lot of volume going on, to be honest with you. But I do feel like when the market does recover, the market will recover. It will feel like an overnight thing, though. That I will say. The consolidation, the accumulation almost feels like forever, because a week in crypto feels like a year, right? So the consolidation, accumulation could feel like forever, but when we recover, it almost feels like it happens overnight. Everything is up 15-20% overnight, and now those opportunities to get in cheap dissipated right in front of your face. So that's just something that I want people to understand, is that DCAing is the most important tool that you can use in this market, and which is dollar cost averaging, creating a position in these coins, not deploying all your capital, but building a position in these coins so that when it does recover, you're already in, you're already in the gain. You know what I'm saying? But also, and the reason why I always say don't deploy all your capital is because you just don't know the day of tomorrow, and I don't know the day tomorrow. Some really bad news could come out that can really taint this market bad, you know, which I don't think is gonna happen because according to our RSI and even just according to charts, we are just greatly oversold on many altcoins. You know, we're severely oversold. Some charts look horrible, obviously. Some charts look better than others, but just to keep that in mind, guys, is that um, we just don't know where the bottom is. Goopy said, "What soul meme are you trading? You should drop your soul wallet addy in the disc." Yeah. I mean, look, I'm not going crazy. I'm just having fun. If you want to know what soul meme am I trading? I mean, one of the things I do. This is the one I'm trading right now. This is a super shit coin, by the way. It's $132,000 market cap. So I wouldn't suggest anybody to be buying this. This just, I feel like I like the chart. I like that it's been holding for very long. Hey, there's potential here, right? But all in all I've been doing, guys, on Solana is looking for the coins that have at least, and this is just the narrative I think, at least a narrative that can survive for 2 weeks. That's all I think about. If a coin could survive for 2 weeks, has a strong enough, like a stronger narrative, then I'll buy into it. Because for the most part, we already know that these coins are not going to survive. They're just here for the moment. They're gone, and they go to zero, and that's that, right? Like one of them that I was actually looking at today that I was in earlier was actually this coin, which is Chloe. I felt like the chart actually was actually okay. It was actually doing its thing. Now it's finally breaking out, hitting about $1.1 million market cap right now. It's actually doing quite well right now. But to ride out, and here's the thing about these meme coins, man. To ride out these corrections, ooh, it takes a lot of guts to ride out some of these corrections, man. Like, because when you look at any of these corrections, like, look at this. That first correction, that's a 76% correction. The second correction, like, folks, this is not a lot. There's not a lot of people that can handle this. A 69% correction. So it's like, as much as I want to, you know, sometimes I don't share. To be honest with you guys, I don't share the memes and on Soul that I'm trading. Even in the inner circle Discord, I don't, because it's just so easy to lose money in this market, and I just don't want you guys to lose money. And now I'm the one to blame, right? And that's just something to take into account, man. That a lot of times I trade these coins without saying nothing because I don't want you guys to buy a meme coin that's $500,000 or $600,000 market cap because of me. You know what I'm saying? So because at the end of the day, we're not going to be moving markets. We can lose our money in 2 seconds, right? So, like I said, with memes, there's so many meme coins that come out every single day, every single second. It's like there's so much stuff, man. Like this one I missed out actually yesterday. This was called USAID. That agency that Elon Musk is after and all this, trying to shut down. And I actually saw this down here yesterday at about $700,000 market cap. And for some reason, it's just because we trade these meme coins, and it's like the chances of you getting rugged or losing your money, is so easy, and then you get traumatized, and then you don't want to trade. So it's like I seen a good trade in this. I had a feeling, I'm like, yo, this is a really good price to buy. I didn't buy in because I got nervous. I didn't want to lose money, and now it's over here easily at like a 4x from where I could have bought it at, right? But it's okay, man. These kind of things happen. You can't win them all. But one thing is like, there's just that's my thing. There's just so many. There's just so many coins. It's just no way for me to know who's the winner. You know, like I was looking at this coin earlier today, Patrick Mahomes. I'm like, oh wow, this coin could do well. You know, it's Patrick Mahomes for the moment, Super Bowl stuff, da 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 da. And now it's corrected over here from it's corrected already like 60% from when I first saw it. Cause I first seen this like all the way around. I think it no well first I seen it at 600,000, and then I wanted to buy it at a milli, and now look, it's already 73% down. Like I don't, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, well, my fault. It's down 58%. It's like it's tough, you know. And a lot of these times with these coins, if it's a good shitter, for the most part, one thing I realized is that it'll correct, like how we just said with Chloe, right? With this coin over here, this coin literally corrected 70% 2 times in a row in the same day. It pumped 70% correction, consolidated, and then pumped 70% correction. Now it's all the way up here, like insanely up. I mean, if you bought this earlier in the day, right now you're probably around like a 6x, 7x right now, which is great. But for the most part, guys, it's like there's no way to tell this stuff. So one thing I realized, and one thing that I do now, man, is if I buy something, I bought it because I believed in it. Now I know it's not gonna be here in 2 or 3 weeks from now, but sometimes you gotta buy stuff and you gotta not look at it for a day or two, and let it do its thing, right? Because like I keep saying, guys, it's like if a coin, it's like if you bought this coin, this Chloe coin earlier today, right? And you bought over here and you got dumped on 70% right here. It's very easy to sell right here. Because you're just so fed up. You're like, oh my God, I just bought this. It literally just dumped 70%. This coin ain't coming back. You know what I'm saying? It's very easy to think that like this coin ain't coming back. This coin is over. You know what I'm saying? And then it does one of these on you. Now you really feel like crap. And then you buy in maybe over here because you're so FOMO'd, right? And then it dumps back down and you sell back down over here. And then now it's all the way on the moon again. It's like one big game of emotions with these memes. It doesn't stop. And that's why I just feel like sometimes it's like, hey, if you bought Chloe right here, right here, right here, hey, maybe don't look at it. Maybe come check back on it in 10 hours, 12 hours. You know what I'm saying? Instead of like being on it 24 hours, because it's just going to be a roller coaster. You know what I'm saying? And now you're missing out all these gains because just so much happening, right? So like me, like my thing, like I bought this coin Rossio because it has to do with Aiden Ross, and on his Twitter, he had said something about he has a Instagram. I mean, he has a crypto Twitter now, right? So he said something about this pick over here. He said if I'll change the pick if ETH doesn't go to 3,400 within 48 to 72 hours, promise my retardio brother, right? So it's like now he goes and posts, this is your last chance before I fully convert to my real alias, chat say retardio. And now it's this picture over here, and they came out, on crypto Twitter, they came out with this coin called Aiden Rossio. So I guess it's like a funny version of him, like a clown version of him for believing in Ethereum. Okay, it's super low, $127,000 market cap. It can literally go to zero right now. You already know how this stuff goes, but it's like also I like these charts that like they hold, like even though they're super low, they've been holding for very long, because most likely it's gonna give you one of these. Okay. Now what's tough is because you get a lot of charts that are like this, right? They're like this, and then they just go like this. That's it. Or they'll do these, and then just go straight down, and then there'll be like a little bit of like an up like this, and then they'll just go straight down again. Whereas this, it's like same kind of like, it's like a heartbeat. It's like going up steadily, but it's like very small. Obviously, it's super risky, but it's like, there's no way to know, man. There's really no way to know with these coins. But one thing I know for a fact is, hey, if you buy some of these coins, you believe in it, and you're able to hold it, you're gonna do well, or you won't do well because there's no way that you're gonna win all of them, obviously, right? But like, you know, think about even this USAID coin that I brought up earlier, right? Like, think about this, like, because at the end of the day, it's a shit coin, and that it's gonna go to zero, and it's not gonna be anything anyway. It's just to make money. It's just a bunch of gambling. So like when you're looking at it, sometimes you lose conviction a little bit because it's like this coin's not gonna do anything. Like right now, I wouldn't buy this coin because I'm like, oh no, it's gonna go to zero, right? And then what if it 4x's from here, right? But it's like, it's easy. Like look at this, and this is what I'm talking about. You see the coin, it just came out, okay? And this is what I'm talking about, guys. You see the coin, it just came out, and now you're up here. It did a 89% correction. Let's say you put $1,000 in here. Now you're seeing your money at $100. That's a horrible feeling. Okay? Now it moons. Okay, you're probably sold by then because it's like you feel like shit, right? Now it moons. Okay? Then over here, it does a 70% correction. Then over here, it does another 67% correction. Then over here, before the moon, it does a 50% correction on you. Like, how does this a good feeling? You see, this is why majority of people will fail in this Solana meme coin trading shit. That's why I try not to even tell people too much about what I'm trading. I know people love to hear, and people want, people love to put their shit coins even in the chat because they wanna make themselves feel better about a trade that they know is a shitcoin trade, that they know that they can lose all their money in, and they want to hear what I have to say because if I say that it's good, then now it means it's a good coin. No, it's not. It doesn't mean anything because I don't know what it's gonna do. It's a freaking shitcoin. I have no idea. If I knew what all the shitcoins were gonna do, I would literally be filthy rich. You know what I'm saying? I would be I would have $500 million in my account right now if I knew what all these shitcoins were gonna do. The reality is that like you sell before the dip, and then now it does literally, like, you can't even make this stuff up, bro. It does a 1900%. It's about a 20x. You know what I'm saying? It's like, bro, it's tough, man. It's really really tough to know what this market is gonna do, man. I mean, this stuff is absolutely bonkers. For real. So I just say, man, it's like with these memes, have risk control, man. But one thing that's for sure, everyone is trading right now. I feel like still. So now the hype dies down a couple days, then it comes back a couple other days, then it dies down again. But for the most part, it's like there's hype. There's still money to be made here, obviously, right? But I just feel like you need to be playing around with small money because this shit gets super risky, and it's like you can just really lose all your money really fast. This is really the casinos of crypto, to be honest with you. Like, look at this, like, because it's one thing that's really tough too is knowing how to pull profit. A lot of people don't know how to pull profit, so that's another thing why I try not to tell people too much about these coins, because not only do you have to withstand these 70% dips the whole entire day. So you're seeing, let's say you put $1,000, you're seeing your shit go to $300, and then go back to $1,000, then go back to $300, then go back to $1,000, then go back to $300, literally 3 times in a row. and then go to the moon. So it's like with a lot of this stuff, it's like, guys, it's tough, man, and you got to know how to pull profit. Like this could very much be the end of this coin. This could be the very much the end. We just seen the top right now in real time. This could very much be the end. But you know what it is? It's the illusion. It's the I'm gonna go to the moon thinking. It's the this is gonna dump right here. It's gonna recover right here, and then we're gonna go back to the moon. That's the tough part. Because the reality is, it could just not do that. It could just dump right here and be over with. Literally as simple as that. Because at the end of the day, it's just a shitcoin. It don't really got that much longevity in it. And that's just something that I've come to accept, that not every coin is gonna do what you think it's gonna do. Like this one, I was looking at this earlier. Like this is like, look at this. Like, you see, this is the catastrophic shit that can happen to you. Trading is shitcoin, bro. Like, like you have this coin that literally goes all the way up to I believe, let me just make sure, I think it's like a $500,000 market. It goes all the way over here to a $625,000 market cap. Has an interesting project. Says a social experiment. The name of the coin is Anon. Okay? It says social experiment. This is a test to see how viral a tweet can go within 48 hours. After time is up, something shall occur. Do your best. So it makes people start to feel like, oh, there's something up here. Anon, I like that name. Anon. And then the thing happens that we all know that happens is this coin is now down 92%. You put in $100, you have like $8 left. That means you have $1,000, you have like $80 left. I don't know what you want me to say. And this is the reason why I don't really like to tell people what I'm trading. Because if I lose money, at least I lost it on my own. I don't want people losing money with me. You know what I'm saying? And that's my thing. Now, I'm definitely going to be doing meme coin trading sessions in the future. Trading with you guys in real time, etc. But like, the reality is just like, it's too much chances to lose out here, man. Like, look at this coin that I bought into. Like, look at this. It's in the trenches right now. I've seen this fluctuate the whole day. I mean, this coin could go nowhere. But also this coin went all the way down. See, this is the weird shit. This coin went all the way down to $80,000 market cap. Right? Check this out. I watched this in real time. Went to $80,000 market cap and literally pumped damn near a 4.5x in 15 minutes. Like, look how crazy this is. 347% gain, and then completely shit the bed and did a 75% drawdown in the next freaking 30 minutes. It's like, bro, like, you doing like 4x's in 15 minutes and a 4x down in the next 15 minutes. It's like, this stuff is super, super manipulated, man. I'm telling you, this stuff is super manipulated. And the scary part about all this is that I know, guys, like, I know you have, a liquidity locked pump fund. But when you go to the holders, right, and you take a look at the holders, folks, you'll literally have somebody holding, let's say right here, $2,787. Okay, let's say if all these holders right here, these top 10, not the number one, but these top 10 holders, they sell, this coin is done. They don't have to rug, like, this is something I realized about Pump Fund. They don't have to rug the coin for it to go to hell. All they gotta do is sell it because they can't obviously rug it, right? Because liquidity is locked, right? But all they have to do is just sell the coin. Like I bought this coin the other day, right? See if I can find it for you guys. Is it this one? Market cap. Oh no, it's an older one. It's an older one. Hold on. Might be this one. It might be this one. Hold on. Is it this one? Let me see. It is this one. So like, check this out. Okay. You can't even, I think it's funny about this coin, you can't even see it correctly because it's just so down, right? It's like a $6.2 thousand market cap, right? I think it's hilarious, but this coin, right? Literally in an hour, pumped to $8.6 million market cap. Okay? I'm watching this in real time. I'm like, holy shit. I love the meme. You know, that old guy with that face. He's very known in crypto. I'm like, holy cow. $8.6 million market cap. It was like 15, 30 minutes, right? I'm like, it's made on Pump Fund. That means that the liquidity's locked. I'm like, yeah, I could definitely make money here, right? You know, the hype is there. The volume is there. It was mad money in volume. It must have been like, had to have been like $40-50 million in volume in an hour. I was like, this is it. I'm going to the moon. You know what I'm saying? We're going to the moon. Here's the messed up part about this whole thing. Just because, and this is that thing I keep telling you guys, just because liquidity is locked doesn't mean they can't rug you. They can just rug you in other ways, right? This guy legit had gazillions of tokens. He literally one clipped, shit you not, this guy one clip like 150K in one clip. Bam! Literally destroyed the price. Then everyone started dumping off. Bro, by the time you notice, the coin was back down to like 100K market cap after it was just that 8 million market cap. But he didn't have to rug. All he had to do was bundle buy. These guys go and they buy a bunch of coins they'll buy a bunch of coins in the beginning of the launch, right? So like, let's say this coin I'm in right now, these guys they'll go buy everything right here, okay? But they're not buying it from the dev wallet. They're buying like, it's the dev, but he's buying it from like 15 different wallets, and they call that a bundle buy. So he's buying it from all these different wallets. And then every time it go up, he sells one wallet right here. Then he sells a second wallet right here. And then all these little tops right here, he's selling from a bunch of wallets that he got. See what I'm saying? He's selling from a bunch of wallets that he got. Now, he's not really rugging you per se, but he's rugging you in another kind of way. You know, so that's just something I want you guys to take into account, man. These folks get more clever by the day, because I know the original thing is you see liquidity's locked. You're like, oh, this is safe. But in reality, it's not safe, bro. It's just literally people finessing, bro, in different ways, okay? But folks, I appreciate everyone for showing up today, coming up to the live stream. Tomorrow, we're going to be back at it again, going hard. Hopefully there's some price action. But hey guys, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. So every time, you know, I drop a video, you guys are always notified of my content. And hey man, like I always say, good night, good afternoon, and good morning. And don't do anything I wouldn't do. Stay positive. Don't do drugs. And another day, another dollar. Okay? Peace, guys. I love you, all right? Deuces.